One day, I saw a post at the Toastmasters Facebook group. A new Toastmasters was making a public announcement, winning his first DTM title within 2 years. Well, for those who don't know about DTM, it stands for Distinguished Toastmaster. It's given to the outstanding members to appreciate the achievements they have made for themselves as well as for the community. What's the average time of winning a DTM title? I don't know. But my observation is most DTM winners have got their first title after 10 years. Well, to gain the credits for the title, you have to complete 2 educational courses, or what we call the pathways passes. Each pass includes at least 14 projects. Each project ends up having you give a public speech. Many projects involve months-long works and leadership activities. If you work extremely hard, you might be able to complete all the projects within 2 years. But that is not all. You have to gain other credits by serving the organization through a variety of volunteer leadership positions. Again, each position requires tremendous amount of time and skills. You see, Toastmasters is a marathon, and a DTM title is not the finish line. I'm glad to see the post was met with a lot of encouragement and admiration until I saw one comment that read, Toastmasters is a marathon, not a one-time blossom. One-time blossom? Huh. It reminds me of the cherry blossoms in Japan. I often visited Japan while working in Asia. The cherry blossom in Japan are called Sakura, and it's truly a national obsession. I remember one year when I visited Tokyo in the early spring, the whole city was buried in the pink blossoms, the sakura scent, and then the sakura lovers from all around the world. I talked to my Japanese colleague about the sakura obsession across the country. He said, yes, we all love sakura because it burns all its energy into a 2-week blossom, then it sinks into the soil and never looks back. It inspires us to pursue the fleeting beauty, to admire the life of one-time blossom. But then he paused for a second. But is it the truth of life? Isn't life a game with many possibilities rather than a single fight against the limited time? So be careful. Sakura is toxic. It's a poison in our culture. Well, for me, watching the blossoms and the crowds on the street, I was shocked by his words. But he continued. Sakura is especially toxic to the young generations. They are lured to give up everything for a one-time pleasure. We want to tell them that life is not about condensing all the energy into one-time blossom. It should be like the river. It turns and declines, but it never stops. Well, back to the Facebook post. I hope the new member is lucky enough to meet some true DTM winners along his journey. It would help him become aware that a DTM title is not the finish line. I was the lucky one when I started my journey. I have worked with some Toastmasters who had been around for over decades, won multiple DTM titles, but they still study the courses like they just joined for the first day and serve the community like serving their families. What inspires me the most is not the shining DTM plaques hung in their houses, but rather their sustained energy over such a long time span. I remember one day I went to LAX airport to pick up my neighbor, Pamela and Rach. It got dark as we headed to the freeway. Suddenly, Pamela stopped talking and shouted, "Look at the moon. It's gorgeous." I looked up but saw nothing in the sky. I was like, "What moon?" She pointed at one direction. "Look." Then I saw it. It was a slim smile of the new moon hanging in the twilight, almost invisible. Oh, it was the most beautiful moon I had ever seen in my life. I thought, will we all look up to the sky only to search for the full moon? We might have missed a lot of beautiful smiles in the sky. Dear friends, life is not about one-time blossom, and each phase of life can shine a beautiful light. Thank you.